Good evening to those of y'all coming in on Instagram, getting ready to go live.
Did you go? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, please, I didn't want nothing less on my shit.
Share it to your page. You hear me?
Huh?
Share.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
What is it? Did it come up to you? Oh, okay. Refresh.
It ain't on your page yet.
That is.
Huh?
Yeah. It just popped up.
All right, get it already in front of me.
Wait a minute, I can't finish putting it on your pages.
I want this done so you be out of my way. Your hands ain't on the TV. I don't want that moved around while I'm on there. You got it?
No?
Because, see, I don't like that movement while I'm on there.
Am I coming up?
All right? And just when you thought it may be safe in the city of Memphis, it's not. I'm here. Yes, I'm here again. Welcome to still the most controversial, the hard hitting, the rawest television talk show anywhere in the country, where we just tell it exactly like it is, no holes of art, no punches or pull. Thank you so very much for joining me on this Thursday evening. I will not be talking about the dead preacher. That's unless something new happens with the dead preacher, then the dead preacher is dead to me. That story is not hot right now. I've dealt with that the beginning of the week. But there are some more relevant information and things I need to talk about that's going on here in the city of Memphis and perhaps in cities around the country when it comes to dealing with black folk. It is time to have a spiritual resurgence in the black community. It's revival time. It's time for black folk in this country to stand up and understand that I'm black, to understand that to love myself and to love my people does not make me a racist, does not make me hate white folk. But when I look in the mirror, I love that man or woman that I see first. That's more important tonight than talking about the dead preacher and his hoes. If a good whole story come back with this, we'll talk about it. But Nipsey Hussle was buried today, and everybody was watching his funeral in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. It was packed to capacity. People have been talking about what he was doing in the community. Well, he did. He buried. So what are you now going to do in the community? Last night, I had the pleasure of having the next mayor of the city of Memphis on the air, Dr. W. Harrington. And I think that after last night's interview, which was probably one of my better interviews, that people are awakened to the fact that Dr. Harrington is the best choice, the proven choice to bring about the revival that black folk need in this community. Some of you are so programmed to hate each other that you bow down, and whatever Jim Strickland, your white master, who has not done anything for black folk during his tenure, because he's a white man, well, let's give the white man a chance. But look at the inner city. Look at the inner city. What do you see different in your community than you did when Jim Strickland went into office? Crime rate is higher. In fact, it's 48% higher. Homicide after homicide. 2 black men lost their lives today, early this morning, gunned down. Tuesday, there was 4 shootings in the city of Memphis. Monday, they designated Memphis as the number 3 most violent city in the country. We do not have time for the likes of a Tammy Sawyer, who has not been proven, who has done nothing as a county commissioner. Now let me tell y'all what's going on. And I'm gonna take some of y'all on official you gone. Let me share something with you. There were many until Saturday that thought that Dr. Harrington was not going to run for office. They thought it was a fluke. They thought he did not mean it. But then on Saturday, when the kickoff took place, and there were several hundreds of people present, including those that were sent by the Strickland campaign and the Sawyer campaign to spy, to get the numbers. They didn't think he was serious. Then last night, when he appeared on this program, it shook up those two camps. In fact, I'm told by some in City Hall that on Monday they went down the street to, what is that, 107 Main, that new building that the city has purchased. That was a meeting of the directors of departments. Jim Strickland is upset. He's troubled. His camp is troubled because the next mayor of the city of Memphis will be Dr. W. W. Harrington. And I'm going to explain some things, and I'm going to say some things that Doc didn't say on last night. And by the way, I was thinking about Dr. Harrington when I went to sleep last night, and a bulb went off in my head, a business bulb. A t-shirt came into my mind last night. And I've learned that when business ideas hit me, that I act immediately on them. So I went and had a t-shirt. I designed a t-shirt, took it to my printer man, and I'm gonna be selling these t-shirts. Y'all might want yourself one. I'm gonna wear mine on the air tomorrow night. The shirts, I'm trying to hold it up here even for the camera. T, is there any way you can come in here and get a type on this? Come get a type on this t-shirt here. Let me see if I can hold it.
How, spread that some more.
Spread it out like that. The t-shirt says, Jim Strickland, get the hell out of our office. The mayor was very famous for putting that report out of his office at times, that get the hell out of my office. Well, the mayor's office belongs to us. So I created this particular t-shirt that says, Jim Strickland, get the hell out of our office. Those shirts will be $20, and those t-shirts, the proceeds will go towards my boys' mentoring program. And by the way, all of you men that want to be a part of the mentoring of our young boys starting at the age of 6, I'm meeting with men at 10 o'clock on Saturday at the church, so that we could talk about the program and what I'd like to see as far as us dealing with young boys. But I'm gonna have my t-shirt on tomorrow. Yeah, Jim Strickland, get the hell up out of our office. One of the main things that the mayor has to deal with, that Jim Strickland has not dealt with, is crime. The biggest concern of the citizens of the city of Memphis is crime. Yeah, it's crime. You scared to leave your house. You scared to stay in your house. You scared to go to the store. We need a mayor with a plan. Now, Dr. Harrington last night says that the next director of the police department must be a crime fighter. Can't just sit up there on the 11th or the 12th floor, on the administrative floor. You can't just sit there. You've got to be a crime fighter. You've got to initiate programs that go after those who are committing crime. The criminal has no fear of the police. Some fear got to be put in some of these Negroes' minds and in their hearts. The mayor, Woody Harrington, wants a director that will fight crime. You heard him on this program said that Mike Rollins would have to go. He does not believe that Mike Rollins is a crime fighter. He ain't Batman. He ain't Superman. He ain't even Shazam. He needs someone to fight crime. Now, Mike's a nice guy. I ain't got nothing against him, but the crime rate is exceedingly high for the city of Memphis. Not just homicides, but you got larceny, you got burglaries, you got drive-by shootings. So the mayor says that I must have, part of his plan is to have a police director that will be a crime fighter. We all know that the history of Willie Harrington as mayor is that when a police director becomes ineffective, the mayor had, I know he fired at least 3. He fired Burgess, who else? What was that other man? 2 other men that he fired as police directors. Okay? Again, we've had 4 shootings on Tuesday. We had 2 shootings that I know of today. The current homicide numbers are tracking high. Okay? So we've got to have someone that is going to fight for the people. We need proven leadership. We ain't got time for Tammy to be learning on the damn job. Hell, the heifer ain't learned how to be a commissioner. She was elected first time in September, took her oath of office in January, has no accomplishments as of all. Now, and let me give you something else. When you look at Tammy Sawyer in this race, every vote that Tammy Sawyer gets is a vote that Jim Strickland loses. She's not much of a threat to Willie Harrington, and I'm going to explain to you. Willie Harrington has a base. In fact, Willie Harrington does not need white votes to win. The numbers have been thrown together by some of those who call themselves political pundits that to win, Jim Strickland needs 25 to 30% of the black vote. Now, Tammy gonna get the gay vote. She gonna get her vote. She gonna get the gay vote. She gonna get the millennial votes, those who are registered to vote. Okay, millennials are not, and I'm talking about that 18 to 35 group, are not really that group that goes to vote, who are not registered to vote. She'll get the Midtown area. She'll get a segment of the white female. But every white female vote, every midtown vote she gets, every millennial vote she gets, every LABTAFNOP, what is it, LBGTQS, whatever it is, that vote takes away from Jim Strickland, not Willie Harrington. Let me show you what Channel 13 did this morning. Channel 13, because Dr. Harrington has said he will not be appearing on any of those shows, 3, 5, 13, 24, or 30. He will not be appearing on their shows. Why? Because Dr. Harrington believes that they are already anti-Willie Harrington. So why go on their shows? Channel 13 this morning came up with this. He fired James Bolden and Melvin Burgess. Thank you. Channel 13 this morning did this thing where they said, well, Dr. Harrington gave us $7,000. The first financial disclosure was on the 31st. He got us $7,000. Jim Strickland got $800,000. Well, let me bring something to you, and let me educate those of us in the community who think that a dollar bill wins a race. Yes, you got to have some money. But here's what Willie Harrington has that a Tammy Sawyer does not have, and also something that even a Jim Strickland does not have as much of. Willie Harrington has over $500,000 or more in name recognition. Who don't know who Willie Harrington is? Who don't know who he is? So there's a certain amount of dollars and cents that Willie Harrington does not have to spend to get his name out there. Listen, let me give you a comparison. Y'all know Dr. George Flynn, the white man, the doctor that created, what's that thing y'all get? The ultrasound. Multi-millionaire who's ran for office 6, 7, 8 times and could never win a race. Dr. Harrington has a base. Care what you say. He's got a base, and he has the name recognition. Someone asked me this evening, when you think his TV advertised? Too early. There's no need to start when you are a Willie Harrington. Why are you going to start spending money on name recognition when you have the name recognition? Okay? He already has the name. Okay? He has a proven base. He has a proven record of leadership. Dr. Harrington has already stated he won't be debating with Jim Strickland. No need to debate with Tammy. She's a novice. She got milk on her breath. She's still on the titty of politics. She yum 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 yum. She's sucking on the titty of politics. She ain't grown. Now here's what I said. See, that's the reason she called a meeting with Dr. Harrington. Okay? She wanted to tell Dr. Harrington that it's time for young folk. Yeah, that's what she called the meeting for. Her and Cordell, or what's his name? Orden? Yeah, well, in the meeting. You want to get Dr. Harrington out of the race. Can you imagine her black ass showing up? Dr. Harrington was gracious enough to meet her on her own turf down there by the clock towers. She wants to call Dr. Harrington. Here is somebody who has not proven herself. How in the hell this heifer gonna tell Dr. Harrison it's time for young folk? Your ass ain't did a damn thing. Here's also a portion of the vote that she's going to lose, and also that Jim Strickland is going to lose. They upset, the two of them upset a segment of white folk that gave a damn or give a damn about those Confederate statues. That segment of the community that votes in the city is not going to vote for Tammy, is not going to vote for Jim Strickland. So they either have one or two choices. Either vote for Willie Harrington or don't vote at all. You better understand what's going on. See, if I don't explain the game that is being played, then you won't know, because ain't nobody else got the balls, ain't nobody else got the freedom to tell you the damn truth about what's going on. Tammy Sawyer has no remote possibility, no remote chance of winning. Every vote, again, that she gets takes away from Jim Strickland. Now, Tammy Faye, is that her name? Tammy Faye? Faye go with Tammy, don't it? Why don't you just get out, baby? Just go on. You ain't pulled no petition yet. You ain't qualified yet to run. You know it's early yet. You can't pull the petition to next month. Why don't you save yourself some misery? Save yourself a little misery. And since you ain't raised no money no way, why don't you just spare yourself the political embarrassment of getting your ass totally kicked out the frame, getting your head cut to the fat meat? Why don't you just get your ass out? Look, I even give you a reason. Well, I'm going to give you two reasons. Figure out which one you want to use. After thinking about entering the race for mayor and seeing Dr. Harrington in the race, I have decided to set my focus and attention on the seat that I was elected to by the people. That's the county commission. See, that one would work real well. I don't want to divide the black community. I'm I'm going to throw my support behind nobody. I'm just going to stay neutral in the race. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, no face, no case. Yeah. Mm. See, that'll save you some face. Because with a heritage, it's going to trounce your ass. Okay? He go, ooh, girl, if you ain't never had no man, well, what did I say there? What was I going to say? If you ain't never had no man before, what was I going to say there? I didn't mean that. Okay. If you ain't never had no man to rub your ass before, that still ain't gonna come out right, is it? I just done messed that up, ain't I? Any way I can clean that up? Let's see. Hell, I just leave that alone. I'll just say this is not Chicago, and it ain't gonna get pretty. And please understand, it ain't gonna get pretty. Cause Tammy, I know who you work for. I know the elitist white folk that you work for. And when I started doing some research on them, educators ain't gonna vote for you. What's that? Teach for America group that keeps giving you these promotions, but when you do the research, you find out that they're putting dumbass teachers across the country in classrooms with black children. Mm, yeah. It ain't gonna get pretty, Tammy, for you as a black woman who wants to say you pro-black. You got your little dreadlocks and things, and you wanted the white folk down the statues, and you want to be a black activist, but you are actively getting involved in a race where you think that you can take votes away from a black man. You have no proven record. And when you go at Dr. Heritage, please understand that when you run for anything else, the people are going to consider you as that old gal that tried to destroy the black man who has a proven record. Or it's a mess, I tell you. And I'm gonna stay on your ass. I know you ain't never had a man on your ass before. See, there I go again. I'm just gonna leave a man and you alone. I'm gonna do just like you. Stop, Fatty Bear. Stop. What's that sign for? Go to commercial break. Because I be ran out one. But it ain't gonna be fair. It ain't gonna be fair. And I'm gonna tell you about some other folk I'm going after this commercial message. I tried to clean it up. Well, Alexis, that's good. But I wasn't talking about the white people. I'm talking about the group as a whole. We're in commercial break. Hey, tell her to just do the, cause he making it too complicated. Tell her just do the email the way we had it. Cause, hey, you're dealing with simple folk, and when you start taking them through processes, you're gonna lose. Especially when you're dealing with old men. And let me know when she got it, and then we can do it. Let me know when she got it, then we'll do it.
Okay, she putting it in now.
Okay. Hey, give me a sign when you got that other lower third done. Okay. And welcome back to the Thaddeus Man TV show. As I'm talking about, the black community needs a revival all over the country. It ain't no harm to be black. It ain't no harm in loving yourself. It ain't no harm in voting for the right black somebody. Let me tell you the game. Let me tell you, Dr. Harrington went into the reason that he left office. I think YouTube is froze there. Uh, Dr. Harrington went into the reason that he left office in 2009. I think he made it very plain on last night that not only what white folk were trying to do to him. See, let me tell you something. Here's what white folk do. When you decide you no longer want to kiss white ass, when you decide that you are not going to be